When President Donald Trump signed an executive order announcing a shift in the Department of Justice's approach to Foreign Corrupt Practices Act enforcement, many businesses wondered what it meant for them. Does this signal an end to strict anti-bribery compliance, or is it simply a change in priorities? I'm Kari Crane, editor of Shipping Solutions International Trade Blog Passages. In this episode of A Deeper Look, I'll walk you through what's actually happening with the FCPA, what it means for U.S. exporters, and why companies shouldn't just throw away their compliance plans related to the FCPA. Let's start with what the FCPA does. Enacted in 1977, it has two main provisions: anti-bribery rules that prevent U.S. companies from paying off foreign officials, and accounting rules that require accurate financial records to prevent hidden bribes. It's been one of the most aggressively enforced corporate compliance laws for decades, leading to billions of dollars in penalties. But the Trump administration is hitting pause. Under the new executive order, new FCPA enforcement actions are suspended for 180 days, unless specifically approved by the Attorney General. Ongoing investigations are being reviewed to determine if they were improperly pursued. Future enforcement will be refocused to prioritize U.S. economic and national security interests, and the Attorney General will have direct oversight over all new FCPA cases moving forward. This is a big shift. Under the previous administration, the DOJ and SEC were cracking down hard. In 2024 alone, they initiated 26 FCPA-related enforcement actions, and by the end of the year, at least 31 companies were still under investigation. On average, there have been 36 cases per year over the last decade. The White House argues that current FCPA enforcement puts American companies at disadvantage. While the U.S. has strict anti-bribery rules, many foreign competitors operate under less restrictive laws, or simply don't face the same level of scrutiny. By easing enforcement, the administration believes it can level the playing field for U.S. businesses trying to secure international deals. Another reason: resources. Investigating and prosecuting FCPA violations takes time and money, both for businesses and the government. The Trump administration believes those resources could be better used elsewhere, particularly in enforcing laws that directly impact national security. If you're a company doing business internationally, you might be wondering, does this mean I don't have to worry about FCPA compliance anymore? Not exactly. The law itself hasn't changed, just how aggressively it's being enforced, and that's an important distinction. Even with a slowdown in U.S. enforcement, companies still need to be mindful of international anti-corruption laws. The UK Bribery Act and EU anti-corruption regulations remain in full force, and many of these laws are even stricter than the FCPA. Plus, bribery isn't just an FCPA issue. It can lead to financial mismanagement, reputational damage, and violations of other laws like wire fraud and money laundering statutes. And let's not forget the long game. The FCPA has a 5-year statute of limitations, meaning a future administration could revive enforcement efforts and go after past conduct. Just because the rules are relaxed now doesn't mean they'll stay that way forever. The best way to navigate shifting regulations is to maintain a strong compliance program. If your company is engaged in international business, you need clear policies that everyone follows, from sales teams to executives. And make sure you understand international anti-corruption laws that could still apply to your business. Staying proactive now means you won't be caught off guard later. To help you build a solid compliance strategy, check out our free guides how to create and implement an export compliance program and what you need to know about export compliance. They're both linked below. You can also watch our on-demand webinar, Foreign Corrupt Practices Act: What You Need to Know, for a deeper understanding of what the FCPA entails. It'll help you prepare for whatever direction enforcement takes next. Because if we've learned anything this year, it's that enforcement priorities can change, sometimes faster than we expect. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time for another episode of A Deeper Look.